Local farmers use irrigation pipes like this. Now they put them a couple inches underneath their crops. Hopefully you could hear that. That sound most of us probably know. They have a recording device like this that they put on their belts, as well as a camera in the front of the car. Young Javarion was last seen right here at Able Junior High Friday after school. With watermarks like this, they think it was anywhere from a quarter of an inch to an inch. So that's what police told us. They're not sure if they used a bat like this, rocks, or even BB guns. The Permian football team has to get used to being without two of their own teammates. Now, if you look around, it's pretty empty. Actually, it's really empty, except for some of these storage containers. David, right behind that police tape and those cones is Victor White's compound, the location where he allegedly held off more than 150 law enforcement agents during this weekend standoff. But after he allegedly shot two sheriff's deputies and a civilian, many people are asking the question, how did he make it out of there alive? And after my conversation with Sheriff Mark Donaldson earlier today, it sounds like luck just might have been on Victor White's side.
The shots were either coming from helicopter or armored vehicles that have small portholes to shoot from, and just couldn't get a clear shot on him. And of course, he was hiding, obviously, and it didn't happen.
Sheriff Mark Donaldson says his department and the more than 25 agencies assisting with the standoff were using deadly force.
He was firing at our officers and firing at every officer that was out there, and may have been firing at just officers, but in some cases there was innocent civilians that were around also that were in danger.
Citizens like Susie Estrada and her family, living right across from White's compound, she's shocked law enforcement didn't hit him.
My husband was out here for like about 10 to 15 minutes watching everything going on, and my husband could see him walking up and down. He had a clear shot at him, so I mean, I don't see why they didn't. It was a lot of them. One of them could have had a clear shot.
SWAT evacuated her family from their home Friday. After not being able to go home for days, she says she wishes they had shot him.
Yeah, it would have saved us a lot of trouble if they would have done it quicker. But, I mean, they took their time, and that's the way they do it.
Estrada was able to go home Sunday, a day after White surrendered. Donaldson says he doesn't care that White made it out alive. He's just glad the shoot-off ended.
If the outcome would have been the other way around, I wouldn't have felt bad about him losing his life if it would ended up being that way.
David, now the compound is still being blocked off because it's still considered a crime scene. The Texas Rangers are now over this investigation as they continue to comb through the area. Reporting live in West Odessa, Sierra Putman, News West 9. It's a small Caliche road, not even a mile long.
The 7/10 of a mile dead-end road that ends at a locked gate.
County Road 326 has been the center of a 4-year legal battle between Darrell and Nita Rhine and Reeves County. The Rhines say the road is on their land and is private. The county argues it's public because it maintains the road and public citizens use it. This rundown, unusable bridge is the reason why there even is a lawsuit. Because if the county can get rights to the road, then they can tear it down and get state funds. Court documents show the county received state funding to rebuild the bridge. The case went to trial in October of 2007, but it wasn't until Tuesday that a judge finally ruled in favor of the county.
It's been 3 years, and I just received notice yesterday at 4 o'clock. We had to be at trial this morning at 10, so it was a shock. Everybody was scratching their heads.
If the judge had ruled the other way, the county would have had to pay back the state. Even though a judge sided with the county, the Rhines say they spent thousands fighting for their land.
I'm an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation and a 7th generation Trail of Tears. It scared me, because I felt comfortable in the fact that in this day and time, if you own land and pay taxes, they can't just take it for no reason. And the government has come in and taken my land.
Pam and Crystal, I'm standing here at the emergency response vehicle that 2 West Texas American Red Cross volunteers plan to drive down to Harlingen later on tonight. Now, if you look around, it's pretty empty. Actually, it's really empty, except for some of these storage containers. But that's exactly how these volunteers want it, because once they get down south, then they're going to fill it up with new, fresh supplies. Now, earlier today, I was talking to Tyler Allen about what the Red Cross is doing to prepare down here. But, Tyler, can you tell me, why are you sending out volunteers this early before this storm actually even hits?
Well, actually, the biggest thing for the Red Cross is actually preparedness and actually being down there ready to go rather than reacting to the storm. So the biggest thing that we really want to do is make sure that we get the volunteers there and ready to go and be ready.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for talking to me, Tyler, and we wish you luck and all of your volunteers luck.
Thank you.
Now, Pam and Crystal, I don't want you to think that this is the only preparation that's happening around here in West Texas. Later on tonight at 10, I'll show you what the American Red Cross, as well as another organization, is doing to make sure they're ready after this storm hits. Reporting live in Midland County, Sierra Putman, News West 9.
We were on a little bike ride around town, and some little kid was out in the front yard, and he said, "Daddy, look at a rocket ship."
No, they're not rocket ships or even very small cars. Believe it or not, they're tricycles, but they have a few extras.
Bicycle bell and a car horn, and you have turn signals.
After seeing the trikes in the Netherlands, David Eggleston bought one himself and then started Velomobile USA with a friend in 2003. Now the company builds and ships out Velomobile kits across the USA.
I thought if there was anything that people would like to have so that it was as fun to ride this as to drive a car, and it was sort of like a car, no, this would be it.
The idea shocked his wife.
At first I was concerned. I thought, oh my God, what is he getting into? But then we got to talking. Well, then I got more excited, and I thought, oh, how wonderful. Sure, go for it.
Now they both hope the sleek shape and design will get more Americans pedaling instead of driving.
Mainly I do it because it's fun, and it's my main exercise.
Once you get in and get used to it, it really is just like riding a bike, except it has turn signals, a motor if you need it, and yes, even a horn. At 75 and 80 years old, the Egglestons aren't afraid to lead by example.
If you ride regularly, you probably have a very good chance of, say, 10 years more of active life than most people would have, maybe more. I mean, we're almost living proof of that.
In time, they hope to see more Velomobile riders in West Texas. Reporting in Midland, Sierra Putman, News West 9.